Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakha Kodash, the blessed the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the hopeful elect that day. You Akim, this is Akim. I do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the preacher, man. This week's topic is going to be entitled The American Diet Was Made to Destroy You. Oops, see if we do that again. Alright. It's going to be called The American Diet Was Made to Destroy You or Us. Recently, I got little sniffles and shit. Every time I get sort of like, a little bit under the weather, mucus build up, it's from eating dairy products, right? Come to find out that damn near like, it's a very high percentage. I want to say north of 70% of the population is lactose intolerant. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, what's that about? The Mossad didn't say something like that for, cow's milk products to destroy you, all right? Even though it's much better to have goat's milk, okay, than cow's milk, it still holds down the point that the cows have been mutated. When you look it up, the cows have been mutated, and that particular mutation have them produce something called casein, and that's what's causing this people to get fucked up. And this is what happens when you tamper with the way the Most High set things up. When we go into the scriptures, we're going to find out that any sort of ailment or what have you, the remedy is found in the earth. The Most High gave it, the earth to produce these particular remedies to heal you. However, now you got to go into some pharmaceutical shit, all right? Pharmakia, some witchcraft on the left hand, all right? Which what they do is they synthesize herbs, okay, and put other mischief in there, okay? Instead of just going what the scripture says. But this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 13. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said, even thus shall the children of Israel," the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, "eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them." Right? So the food that we eat is pretty much defiled, man. All right? Because truly we don't know what we're eating. The scriptures tell you in the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 10, never trust the enemy. We don't even really know what's in these ingredients, man. Some of these foods you look at, they have ingredients with some long fucking words that you don't know what that shit is. Dai, kai, something, and a bunch of crazy shit. We don't know what we consume, and it's really because of the Lord's mercies we're not consumed, as the scripture says, because the rate of cancer right now in America is 1 in 3. If this is supposed to be such a first world country and all the health advances and what have you, why is everyone getting sick? Because it's done by design. It is done by design because it's a profit, There's no benefits in curing you, okay? Think about it. I was thinking about, they had, when you go to shop, they ask you, do you want to donate to particular such and such for cancer research and that research? And I thought to myself, like, yo, if they came up with a cure right now, them research people will be out of a job. So really, why would they want a cure? I'm sure you have people that sincerely believe that the organization is looking for a cure, but there's no cure, there's no money in cures, there's only money in treatment. So that's how come they come up with these different treatments, and it shows you just how much of a devil Esau is, that he'll fuck you up just enough to bring you back to life, but not kill you, but also keep you fucked up and possibly give you a new disease for you to battle, So they could, if they wanted to, release the information to cure all these diseases. In fact, I was having a conversation with a co-worker that's from Jamaica. He's a bit older gentleman, all right? And he said, because we was going through all these different herbs, he was showing me all these different herbs and bush and everything in Jamaica. And he said the Queen of England, all right, said she pretty much had her peoples look up every single herbal remedy for all these different diseases and planted them in Jamaica. So Jamaica is rich with all these different herbal stuff and bush and this, that, and the third, but you don't see that here in America. You could have it, but they don't do it. Micah 2 and 10, it says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." America is not our rest. The kingdom is our rest, okay? It says, because it is polluted. Yes, the food, everything. When you look up that word polluted, it's religiously, ceremoniously, sexually, all right? But this land truly is polluted, man, all right? Because, you should be able to just drive around and see at least certain parts of America, like fruits and different stuff and herbs where you could just pick and eat freely. But again, you do that, man, you could get your ass in some big trouble. You could get your ass in some big trouble. And let's say you want to farm particular things, guess what? Monsanto will come through your shit and make sure that they spray their chemicals. Okay, so we're damn near like GMOs. All right? We say GMO babies because a lot of these jakes and people are fucked up in the head. It stems from a lot of the parasites and shit we're consuming, man. And we could only do our best. I got to do a lot better. But even when I was doing a lot better, you still just like, go to one of these islands and you find out that, man, that Whole Food shit and that Trader Joe's shit, it's all bullshit, really. Because real vegetables and fruits, they go bad very quickly. Very quickly. They're not supposed to be lasting weeks and 2 weeks on your fridge and shit like that. That's fake shit. Real shit, put it in the fridge, 3 days, that shit's already bad, Because you're supposed to plan, you're supposed to eat these things quickly and use them about a day, Not put preservatives all over them shits. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Right. So the ways of America right now, we're dealing with the dietary system is destructive, man. All right, it's the main reason why a lot of people are walking around with all these different ailments, And again, we could only try our best. We could only try our best. The healthier options are typically more expensive, and that's also done by design. But works and faith. You got to put in the work to say, what, let me find the research and what ails that, what fixes that, and then pray that the Most High have these herbs do their thing. Genesis 1:11, and the Most High, or the powers rather, and the powers said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed. Right, so two things right there. The cows are supposed to be consuming grass. Here in America, they're consuming grain. They're supposed to be out there, just grazing and consuming grass, The goats too, just out there grazing, consuming grass, but they're all caged up, feeding them fucking corn, And that puts the animals under great distress. It fucks up the system. You feed them things they're not supposed to eat. You're pumping them with hormones. And the byproduct of that, guess what? You are what you eat. That affects us. There's food deserts everywhere. Places void of nutrients. You go in the hood, Kendies, Popeyes, Chinese store, Chinese food, pizza, all this shit, man. But when you go into the wealthier, affluent neighborhoods, they got way more different options. You don't see corner delis, all right, like that. They have a deli. It's actually a deli with like real cold cuts and shit like that going on there. At least a better version. And it says yielding seeds, right? Because the seeds are supposed to be in fruits, man. All right. There's a lot of seedless grapes, and it shows you that the so-called white man is such a devil because he'll have organic seedless grapes. So they even that term organic as a sales pitch. That's just a selling point. So can't trust this devil, man. The fact that I'm getting sick pisses me off. Even though it's not crazy, but it's like a little sniffles or what have you. It's just like, and what's wild too is like the food is not even really meant to fill you up. Because, when you're hungry, you're craving nutrition. But what this man does is pump the food with a bunch of drugs. So people just eat really for pleasure, some sort of satisfaction. You have these shows like, my 300, 600 pound life and all that type of shit. You see these people eat, it's like they're having sex. It's like a pleasure. They have MSG in there, all these different things triggering this dopamine hormone. And the fact it's deprived of nutrients is like you're going to keep eating it, while not getting full. It says, the herb yielding seed and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed it is in itself upon the earth, and it was so, right, after its kind. Now guess what? So-called white man came on and started creating and splicing his own fruits. That's how come we have things today like cotton candy grapes, white strawberries. It's ridiculous, man. You know, this man's a mad scientist. He's not no physician. He's not. It's just the forked tongue that he speaks with. Because in one breath it's like, you know, talking about health or what have you, but in the next breath, you're the one that's causing the problems for there to be health concerns. Job 13:4 says, "But ye are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value." Right. And at least one point in history, people took the naturopathic approach to healing people, all right, which is the natural herbal way to go. But with the Rockefeller stepping in, all right, they switched everything over to MDs, all right, medical doctors, to where they use petroleum-based forms of treatment to try to heal you. Okay, which again, this is all a racket, man. The pharmaceutical industry, big pharma as they call it, the healthcare industry, it's a multi-trillion-dollar industry, man, and it will belly up overnight if they start releasing true cures of how to heal people. You know, all these different new diseases. You could thank the Center of Disease Control for that, CDC, because they control these different diseases. This is a book of Sirach 38:1. It says, "Honor a physician with the honor due unto him, for the uses which ye may have of him, for the Lord hath created him." Right? The Lord set up physicians, all right? People that truly study and come up with solutions, all right? Using herbs, okay? "For of the Most High cometh healing." Right? The scriptures tell you that the Most High wounds and heals. So the healing comes from the Lord. So again, the faith and the works have to be in tandem. "And he shall receive honor of the king." And that's a beautiful thing, man. All right? Or you able to come up with these different remedies or what have you to heal people, fully cure them. It says, "The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration." Right? So these people today are not in admiration. You got people like Dr. Fauci. All right, Dr. Fauci, he's an asshole, all right, that came up with his own particular rules, all right, to destroy businesses, all right, and scare you about a boogeyman stuff to get people stabbed up. You see? You got this dude, Bill Gates, talking about drinking maggots milk. Since when the fuck did he become a doctor? You know, there was a meme going around, if you can't solve a computer virus, how the hell can you solve a human virus? But yeah, you know, so these doctors are full of shit, a lot of them, okay? Unless you find the naturopathic doctor or somebody that truly practices and look up natural herbs and medicine, which that shouldn't have to be a specific person. With the, you know, the advent of YouTube and Google, you could look all this stuff up. You know, that information is out there, and they can make it more available to people, but they don't, okay? They don't. They do not want us cured. They want us in a constant state of sickness and feeling fucked up. All right. With that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash, that belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the whole for the elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim that do this in their most truth and sincerity. Shalom.